All right, so welcome to Reselling the Real Life, Episode 8 with Randy Dreammaker. Randy and I have been playing tag on back and forth, getting together. One day we were going to get together to do a hangout, and this is our first time getting together in a hangout. So, all right, so I know who you are, Randy. Would you like to share with our viewers who you are?
Who I am, like the real who I am, or the guy like on YouTube who I am?
The guy on YouTube who you are.
The guy on YouTube. All right, well, I have been Randy Dreammaker. Oh, okay, I'm hearing feedback. Hold on just a second.
Okay. Because I know it's not from my end.
Fill in the gap. Hold on just a second. Oh, crap.
Gotta love technical difficulties right from the start.
Yeah, technical difficulties for sure. Audio technical difficulties. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Let's see.
Did you have the YouTube link open while you started?
No. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me? Can I hear myself? I can't hear myself. Oh, well. I guess I don't need to hear myself.
Figured if I put my headset on, that might help.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Randy is having technical difficulties.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy. I'm like hearing the delayed. I've got it on. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yep. Double check, see if you have the YouTube link open. That might be part of it.
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Got it?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. All right, so back to it. Go ahead and share with everyone who you are.
Actually, I'm still getting like feedback still.
Weird. Okay, yeah, because I've got none.
You've got none?
I've got no feedback. Is it?
That's not going to help.
Bad? This is his first time in a Google Hangout, so bear with him, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
He's been all about the Google Plus, but it took him a while to get to Facebook. Now that he's finally on Facebook, he's
freaking crap, man.
Not done the
I'm hearing like 15 different conversations right now. It's like, like you're having like a psychotic breakdown. It's like echoes, everything else.
Wow.
I'm not even sure how to fix this. Oh yeah, it's pretty bad.
Try killing the YouTube tab that you have open.
I'm actually getting the feedback from you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why I put the headphones on. I figured that would help.
All right. Oh, wait. You know what it is? Okay. All right. I got it.
You got it?
All right. It was the chat window. Because you had to set the chat window on the side.
Yeah.
All right. So we're good.
All right.
Oh my gosh, that was just sad.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I'm still hearing you. Okay, let me close this other YouTube channel too, because.
Okay.
Let's close that. All right, how's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, we're good.
All right.
We're sweet. All right, so you're asking me who I am. Yeah, so I do this channel, How to Sell Online. I've been selling online for 10 years on eBay. And yeah, when I'm not doing this, I work on films part-time sometimes, not recently. And do reviews online as far as like YouTube goes, about selling online, different channels, eBay, Etsy, what. I don't do any Amazon. That's your specialty. Yeah, Store Envy. Right now, my big thing is eBlueJ. That's kind of who I am in a nutshell. Now that the psychotic voices are all gone.
Yeah, now we finally got through that.
Yeah, that was horrible. It's like a nightmare. What about yourself? So,
I've actually been having some issues with Amazon lately, so I've been kind of letting Amazon just figure out what they're doing, and I'm focusing more on eBay. It's like I'll list a few items on Amazon as merchant fulfilled, but until whatever they have going on, I'll let them figure it out because I've been sending in items and they've been losing them. Like they say, oh, we have the case. Yes, it was checked in. Yes, it was empty.
no.
There were 32 units in that box. What do you mean that box was empty? Reconcile, can you double check that one for me? Oh, yeah, sorry. We don't know what happened, so we're going to pay you for everything that was in that box.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So, all right. Payday. Love it. All right. Sent in a couple more items. They check in most of those items. They don't check in the expensive items. All right. What's going on here, guys? More items are missing. Reconcile. Can you tell me what's going on? And they'll look. It's like, oh, sorry, we don't know where those items are, so we're going to pay you for them. Okay. I'm not going to complain at all, but second shipment in a row, items are getting lost. Okay. I'll take it. Especially considering one of those is a $300 VCR.
Wow.
Brand new in the box. You don't find those very often.
No.
So it's brand new in the box. It's gone. They paid me for it.
Are they like giving you the...
A couple more shipments they were checking in and they're missing items. And now they're not paying me for them. I don't know what's going on at Amazon right now, but I'm just going to let them deal with whatever they're doing, whatever they got going on. They're losing my stuff. Okay. Good thing the last set of items that they didn't pay me for, there wasn't a whole lot of profit, so I wasn't going to worry about it. I already got my money back. But it's kind of nerve-wracking. It's like you sent items in and they're losing them. All right, well, I'm just going to merchant fulfill a few items and I'll do all the shipping myself and I'll stick with myself and I'll list on eBay. I'll do all the work myself, which I actually don't mind. I actually find it rather relaxing.
For the
Items
Amazon
sold,
side?
grab it, pack it, ship it. I actually enjoy that.
So when you're saying that they're paying you back, are they paying you the actual value that it would have sold on Amazon, or are they just giving you...
They were actually paying me for the price that I had listed it for. And
Okay.
They were giving me however much that would have been my cut after fees.
Now, was that like a particular destination warehouse or something that happened with, or?
I think it was between 5 different warehouses.
Is that right?
So
That's
I
crazy.
don't know what's going on. So that's why I'm just going to let Amazon figure out whatever they're doing. They have a special right now for those of you who are doing FBA. I think it's from now till the end of this month, the end of April 2016. If you have items that are sitting at Amazon that were a bad buy and you're just waiting it out to see if it would sell, if you want to pull it out, now is the time to pull it out because there is no fees for pulling items from the warehouse, which I am taking full advantage of. I'm going through page by page. I have 17 pages of items sitting at Amazon. And that's somewhere around 400 or 500 items. And I stopped last night, which was on page 9 of finding items, which ones I wanted to have pulled. So I'm having a lot of items pulled right now.
So if you have an item pulled, do they ship them back to you, or is they just destroy them?
I could either have them ship it back to me or I could have them destroy it. But if it's free, I figure I'll have them send a whole bunch of items back to me. Not necessarily just to get the item back, but I'm going to say there's another reason. I get free packing supplies. I mean, they'll send those items back in boxes, and then you'll get those boxes. You'll get the packing material in them. I kind of like the free packing supplies.
Right. So they're actually offering to send it back to you for free?
Yep. Normally there's a fee.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that there was a whole bunch of stuff going on there. They have like a bunch of new policy changes and fee changes.
They are having all sorts of changes, and right now, considering they've got so much going on, I'm not going to do any FBA sending in until after they have that all figured out. They can just, I'll let them figure out what they're doing, but I'm going to stick with myself for right now. Like I'm just almost exclusively listing on eBay. Right. I listed one item as merchant fulfilled today.
Is that right?
Panasonic Omnivision VCR.
Your favorite VCR.
It is my favorite VCR. I can't keep that thing in stock.
Is that right?
Oh my God. Every time I get one, I list it. And the longest I've ever had one listed on eBay was 3 weeks.
Is that right?
Yeah. It does not last long at all.
What kind of prices are you getting for those?
When I list them on eBay, I get $30 for it.
Okay.
I've got one sitting at Amazon right now with the factory remote and with the cords, the 3-way wires. I have that one listed for $120.
Oh, wow.
It usually takes a few months for that one to sell when it has the remote and the wires. Okay. Because I'll list it that high of a price. So I'll list it. I don't mind waiting for that one to sell. I've had them like that. That I've sent in and it sold within a week. So I used to go out of my way to buy the remote off eBay, turn around and send it in, but for some reason I was getting people sending them back saying that it didn't work, and I'd have it sent back to me and it was working fine.
The remote?
Yep. So I don't know what's going on with that. So I don't buy the remote off eBay anymore, but if I just happen to have one, I'll pair it up and send it in and not have any problems.
Very cool. Yeah, you know, because you're in Indianapolis, I'm in California.
Yep.
And I go to Goodwill outlets, and like every time I go to the Goodwill outlets, I always think of you because I'm always running across VCRs. But I don't ever grab them. Usually they're like $4, $3. Usually they don't have the remote. But it's just like, yeah, I'm afraid to get stuck with them, I guess.
It's only select ones. Always look them up every single time. Every time you see one, look it up. Because sometimes you'll end up with a dud. But even after you look them up and see that, yes, they are selling, you still can get a dud. I've got a couple VCRs right now that are a complete dud, but I'm not going to worry about it. Just keep it listed.
Just because of the price value or something, margin?
Just because I already have it and it's no problem to just hit relist.
Well, I'm just saying for like as a dud goes, it's just one that doesn't sell very well.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I've thought about relisting it as an auction just to get rid of it.
Gotcha.
Rather get some of my money back rather than a complete loss.
So is there like a particular Omnivision model?
Nope.
It's like, or is it just any Omnivision? By Panasonic?
As long as you have the Panasonic Omnivision with the blue lip at the bottom of the door,
okay,
you're good to go. Now, if it is the one that has the blue line in the middle of the door, stay away from that one. Unless you happen to have it, you see a remote with it, then grab it. But otherwise, don't try to pick it up.
Got it.
That'll sit for way too long.
Got it. Got it. Yes. That's one of the things I've been looking at lately when I go to the outlets. Actually looking for like the remote controls. But how do those sell on eBay? I mean, they sell all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remotes still sell pretty well. As long as it depends on the model, but yeah.
Very cool. Right
like on. I don't usually get too many remotes to sell on eBay, but I have had remotes that I've sold for $40.
Oh my gosh. We got somebody named Dean on the chat. Hi, Dean. if you're still there from the UK.
Yeah.
UK eBay is doing really good right now.
He's talking about Amazon. He says, I wish it was
Oh,
the
is
same
he?
way here in the
Ah.
UK. We still have to pay to have items sent back. It's like, yeah, I think it's mainly here in the US. Their warehouses are getting full. And I was listing items on Amazon to send into FBA, and it was kicking them right back, saying, you have too many items sent, or you have too many items keyed into the warehouse. You have to pull it out. It's like,
How
that's
weird.
one.
Wow.
It's like I had one listed. So it was like, okay. And then when I started having like 5 and 6 coming back saying you can't send it in, it's like, okay, something's going on right here. And I sent in what I had keyed in, and I stopped what I was doing. And then I was like, okay, what's going on here? And then all of a sudden everybody was saying, what's going on? Because I'm having this notification. Then we all figured out that Amazon's kicking items out because they are getting full.
I'm looking at the chat here with.
Hello from UK. We are growing FBA wise here in the UK. Lucky.
I got a question for you, Dean. Do you sell on eBay?
There's a 20-second lag, so it'll take a minute.
We'll just wait. Because I know eBay, I do a lot of that research, so I know that eBay UK is just having like a really like spontaneous growth, like the early eBays. So
yeah,
I haven't ever talked to anybody from UK, but so did you hear today about the new eBay seller policies?
I've heard that they are coming out. I haven't taken a terribly close look at it. I know there was something about they were upping some of the fees, and they were upping the price of having a store.
Yes.
If you have the basic store, I think it was like $12 per quarter.
Yeah, well, it's currently like if you're doing annual, right? Annual.
I pay it per month.
You pay for a month, so you're paying what? 16, 17?
$10.
No, 19. $19.
$10.
Right?
I think it was like was it $9.99
for eBay for the store.
The basic store, whichever one that was. I don't even remember.
How'd you get that deal?
I don't even remember. Let me take a look.
Must have got a long time ago. So yeah, it's like $19.95 a month on eBay right now.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
For the basic store?
If you're a new seller, I guess, or actually, if you're just starting your store off, you must have got like the old price, and it's going up to $25.
Oh my god.
In May. So yeah, that's a trip. I got a video I'm actually recorded earlier this afternoon in between doing accounting and getting ready for taxes, just about the policies changes. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
It only mainly affects the sellers with stores.
Yeah, it's gonna be hell.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Oh my god.
Hi everybody from Michigan and from Australia. Yo, what's up?
That's weird.
What do you? What's weird?
I listed an item on eBay as an auction, and I don't normally do auctions, but I knew this one would take off. I don't know if you know of the name Doc Savage, but it's a book. It's a mass-produced paperback book that evidently is highly sought after. I have a lot of 63 that currently has 26 watchers and 16 bids.
Oh, wow.
And within 4 hours, I had 12 watchers.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How many did you say you have of those?
63. Currently
63 copies?
Yeah. 63,
oh, wow.
63 different books, but I just have it as one giant lot for an auction.
Okay.
And it's still got 5.5 days left.
Nice. What's the current price on it?
As of right now, it's at $23.50. I know it'll go up higher.
Are you doing the free shipping?
No.
No?
I actually went to do calculated shipping, and
right.
The calculated shipping calculator came up wrong. I put in the actual weight, and for some reason it is saying that it is going to cost $2.72 to ship.
Is that right?
I could have ended it, but I'm not going to worry about it because I know I'm going to get my money back.
Are you shipping it media mail?
I will be shipping it media mail.
Okay, so that's
It's all
media mail will
books.
give you that you can get a really good price off of that.
Yeah, I know it'll go high. I actually expect it to go on the low end. It'll sell for about 60.
Wow, that's nice, man.
On the high end, it'll probably go for about 140.
What did you grab that lot for? How much?
I actually bought them in bulk. I bought from one person. I bought 11 boxes of books, a box of toys, and I picked up a VCR that was brand new in the box that I sent off to Amazon that they lost. So all of that I paid about $200 for.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And where did you get that?
A friend of a friend.
A friend
They
of friends.
were moving, and I had a rough idea of what they had, but I also didn't want to lowball them. So I told them they wanted me to take them on as a client, and I told them I try to stay away from clients. I've had too many issues, and then I have this item, it's yours, and I've been sitting on it for 2 years. You don't want it back, you want it to sell, but I'm tired of looking at it. So I tell everybody anymore, if you want me to take you on as a client, I don't take clients, but I'm prepared to pay you cash for everything right now. They say, okay.
Right.
They get cash right now, and then I have all these items that they were wanting to give me. It's mine to do with whatever I want.
Right.
So the VCR that they gave me, I listed for 300, sent it into Amazon. Amazon lost it and paid me for it.
Okay, so that's the one. So you recouped that right there.
Yeah.
That's a nice deal.
Yeah,
Very
it was.
Cool.
I've still got the toys that I need to get cleaned up and listed. I already got the bulk of those books I sent into Amazon. One of those books I found out was the rank might have been a little bit high, but it was going for about 150.
Wow.
But the one that I had was signed by the author. So I bumped the price up a little bit higher, and it was in like new condition. So I just priced it up a little bit higher, put it under collectible like new, signed by the author. So I got that listed for 200, so I'll take that when it sells.
That's on Amazon? You're selling that?
On Amazon.
On Amazon, right on. Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't lose that one.
I'm still frustrated with the idea of never having done the Amazon part of it. Yeah. Because it sounds like there's so many people that have, just really scored on Amazon. eBay gets slow. eBay gets really slow sometimes. You're just like, yeah.
Think of it like this. When eBay is slow, Amazon picks up.
Yeah.
When Amazon is slow, eBay picks up. And then during fourth quarter, it's just up all the way around.
Right. Yeah. I think part of it just depends on what you're selling, though, too, of course.
Yeah.
If you're...
Like I've got some Christmas CDs that aren't going to move until fourth quarter, but I didn't want to have to store them, so I figured just go ahead and send them in.
Right. Now, I got a question for you because it brings up something that you had gotten these little figurines. You had like a box of them or something somebody had given you. Do you remember that?
There's a whole lot of things like that.
Yeah, somebody had given you like this box of all these little brand new. This was like what, last year?
HeroClix?
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, you'd done a live video on it or something like that.
That big?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, those are HeroClix.
How'd those go over?
I had to do them in multiple auctions, and each lot went for anywhere from $60 to $90. I think I had 3 different auctions, and each one was a lot of $250 to $300.
Oh wow! And somebody gave those to you, right?
He wanted me to sell them for him, and I did.
Oh, okay.
He's a friend of mine, so
got it.
I'd do that for him.
Right on.
They were very time consuming. He's actually given me a couple of times. And after this last time, I said, dude, no more. No more, unless you're just going to straight up give them to me.
Right. You weren't doing like a commission thing or anything?
When I take clients, on the rare time that I take clients anymore, my commission is 50%.
Oh, wow. 50.
Because, well, think of it this way, because you know what the percentage is. They get 50%. After eBay and PayPal fees, we get probably about, what, 35?
Yeah. Is it that high? 35?
That's about how much we would get.
Well, it's about 10% off the total, and then PayPal fees.
Yeah, I round up
shipping
and
cost.
Put it at 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, PayPal is what, 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction?
Right. Right. Very cool. I'm
Right.
like, so have you sold anywhere else other than those two main ones? I mean, like, I sell on Store Envy, sell on eBlueJ, I sell on other places, but
not really. I do events where I take my tent out and we have our tables, we set them out and have items that we set out for sale, and people come by and look at them. Like, that's where I usually sell my candles.
That's right, because you were doing candles.
I still do. I just don't show all my candles all the time.
Right. So those are like they're not swap meet events or anything like that. They're like
No.
festival kind of things.
Yep.
Yeah. That's cool. I've never done that.
It's fun. It's a completely different kind of turn because we're always sitting in front of our computer looking at the computer screen and we never see our customers. Well,
Right.
For the most part, I like it that way because I've had, when we've worked in actual jobs, work doing customer service things, you get sick and tired of the people with the bad attitude.
Right. But the money's good.
But the money's good. And when you're at an event, everybody's happy. Everybody's happy to be there.
That's because they're drinking.
Not the event that I go to.
Oh, no.
No. If they're stoned, okay, that's
Okay, it does.
okay. They can do that wherever.
All right.
But yeah.
Those kind of events.
No, not that kind of event, but some of those people would be there or being outdoors like that at the park. They'll go somewhere, get high, and then go shopping. Well,
right. Yeah. Are you still like hitting like multiple Goodwills on Saturdays and stuff like that? Yeah. You guys have a Goodwill outlet?
We did 7 Goodwill stores and a Salvation Army. We do have outlets, but the one that we have is rather dirty, and I don't usually get anything good.
Oh, well, they're always dirty.
This one's like disgustingly dirty. I don't like finding dirty diapers in with items that I'm supposed to be picking up. And, yeah, that kind of dirty.
Yeah. I have to wear like a mask. I wear a mask, a dust mask, and gloves. And the gloves always come out like smelling really rotten. Because, you're digging through all that stuff. I was at one like 2 days ago or something like that. And you know how I'm assuming your outlet's the same. You have those big bins, and then everybody stands around them when they're pulling them out. Did they do that there?
Yep.
Yeah, we have fights at ours. People like start punching on each other.
Sometimes, yeah.
They have like security guards.
Dude, if you want to fight over it, that's all you. I'm not going to get in on that. I'll go over here.
It's like a bunch of people fighting out a dumpster dive, It's like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There was yeah.
But yeah, so I'm standing in line.
I've been in on that one. I'll say
the dumpster dive.
Dumpster dives.
No, those were fun.
Yeah, I do dumpster diving for good stuff, and luckily, there was this one time when my father was living in an apartment by himself. I was taking his trash out, and in the dumpster there was a tote. Okay, well, there was trash in. It was a really nice tote. It was one of those gray ones with the locking lids. Okay. It was in like mint condition. I was like, awesome, I could really use this tote. Flipped it open, just some clothes, and that was before I was really into selling clothes on eBay. All right, just turn her over, dump it upside down into the dumpster. At the very bottom of that tote was a SNES with about a dozen games.
Oh my gosh.
I went diving into that dumpster faster than anything. I was getting everything that I possibly could. It was like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. I scored awesome. I think that one, I didn't even completely sell it all on eBay because I posted on Facebook, oh my God, guess what I just found in my father's dumpster? I found a Super Nintendo with about a dozen games. And someone's like, what games did you find? And I was like, oh, I got this game, this game, this game. And I posted all the games. They're like, then they turn around and send me a personal message. I will give you $80 for this game, this game. Tell me how much for the shipping. Okay. Yeah, I banked off of that alone. He's like, yeah, that was happy.
How long ago was that?
Oh, God, that was like 3.5 years ago.
Was that right?
And that was when I was really starting to get my feet good and wet with selling on eBay.
Yeah, I've never dumpster. Well, okay, that's not true. I'm lying. Because I worked at a college for 10 years, and textbooks a lot of times can sell for big dollars.
Yep. Even
if they're going out, there's like an entire company in Missouri called MBS, I think it is, that sells old textbooks. So the bookstores and stuff, they would just like leave them out in the hallway for the trash. So I'd walk by, after work, grab them all, haul them to my car, bring them home. And that's actually one of the ways that I actually got into selling like regularly on eBay. Because I was making, and I was selling on half.com too. I was making like, $60 a book.
I never had anything sell on half.com, and I have an eBay account just for books, CDs, and DVDs, and I never had anything sell on half.
Yeah, well, you don't want to sell really on half anymore because it's gone downhill.
From what I understand, yeah.
There was a time that they had integrated it into the Cassini engine, of eBay. So if you sold on half, it would list on eBay. They cut that off, and just the prices on there are really crappy. And then you have these jerks on there who will like try to bump off their competition. Like if you do one thing that they don't like, or they probably they'll find a reason to try to report you. And half.com will just bump you off, won't give you a reason. Then you got to go back in and relist it and all that. Oh man, it's
wow.
So I haven't sold on half for like 2 years or something like that. But
all right, I hate to do it, but I've got 3 cups of coffee flowing through me, so I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see who's still on here on the chat. Hi, hey, Mike and Randy, how you guys and all the other doing in chat? Doing good, thank you. Then there is Black Eyed Joe. What's up, Black Eyed Joe? Got rain going on there? No work, huh? And HB Picker, right on.
There we go.
I posted to the chatters on there for you.
Okay.
Crafty Caregiver is listing while listening, right on.
Awesome. I was doing a few listings today, listing items that toys that my son had, because he was done with it. They would sell not for a whole lot, so I figured I'd go ahead and list them. And after I got those listed, I've been doing a whole lot of pictures on t-shirts today.
Rock band t-shirts.
Those, and let's see here, I've also got a Star Wars The Force Awakens t-shirt. I can't wait to look that one up.
Okay, so talking about t-shirts, so I've got some t-shirts that I picked up.
Okay.
But I'll be honest, I hate messing with clothes. It's like the last thing I like to. So now I bought a jacket for like $2 with a lifeguard jacket, county lifeguard jacket. Bought it for $2 at Goodwill outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Flipped it for 180.
There's
Now,
your love.
That I could do, but
Yeah.
for the whole T-shirt things, what's your whole deal with that? Because I know you focus on like bands and stuff. Are you kind of expanding out of that?
I usually do, but band T-shirts I've always known are just good sellers.
Sorry.
I've had T-shirts, but right as I was beginning with liking T-shirts, I needed the money, and I still didn't know about going to Goodwill, buying from Goodwill to sell on eBay. So
Okay.
I was taking my personal possessions and I was selling them on eBay. And
Right.
one of the items I had was a Marilyn Manson T-shirt back in his hardcore glory days. I mean, this thing was torn to shreds. It was ripped. It was stained. It was holes everywhere. I did it as a 99-cent auction because that was the only way I really knew. And I listed that thing for 99 cents, and it in that poor condition, it sold for $35.
Oh man. Yeah, so how much would that cost new? Like if you just bought like a new band shirt, it'd be like $25.
That one in particular, because I did look, if it was brand new with tags, was a $180 T-shirt.
Well, I mean, if you went to the concert and you picked it up, about $25, something like that, $30.
Actually, depends on the band, but that one, Marilyn Manson T-shirts, usually go for about 50, 60.
Oh, are you serious?
At the concerts.
At the concerts? Oh my gosh! Yeah, I had no clue. I just couldn't figure out why anybody would want to buy a used T-shirt. You know what I mean? It's
especially for tours. Oh my God! If it's the right band and it's an actual tour T-shirt, they can go for top dollar.
Are you serious?
I've had a special Metallica T-shirt sell for like $100.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
It is. Question: will any type of band shirt sell, or does it have to be a concert shirt? It can be any kind of band. It all depends on the band. It's like I've had band T-shirts that I just could not move, but I have had band concert T-shirts. I don't even remember which Metallica T-shirt it was, but I think it was. I think it might have been from Kill 'Em All. It was a concert tee that sold for that much. But
how much really sell it for?
About $100.
$100. Oh my gosh! And I see these things all the time at the Goodwill outlet store, and I just like, oh yeah, you know. But sometimes I'll come home and they'll, like Pink Floyd or something that won't be like, like $8 or something.
Some of the band T-shirts that I know to keep an eye out for, and you'll know it when you see it. Metallica.
Okay.
Got my Metallica T-shirt on right now.
Right on.
Master of Puppets. Marilyn Manson.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get an original Beatles T-shirt, not the reprints with the Apple logo on the tag and all. No, an original Beatles T-shirt. I've yet to find an original, but even some of those Apple ones will still go for like $10. But let's see here. What are some of the other good ones? Pantera. Oh my God.
Is that a metal band?
Yes, I still remember where I was the day that I heard Dimebag Darrell was dead.
I have no clue who that is, but I like his name. Dimebag Darrell, huh?
Dimebag Darrell. I was driving on 465, taking my girlfriend at the time to work. And I was like, oh my God, Dimebag Darrell is dead. No! I was like, oh my God, what are you screaming about? It's like, who's Dimebag Darrell? It's like, Pantera!
Yeah, I still have no clue who that is. Is that like what year was that? Like 90s?
That was
90s metal, speed metal.
Yeah, it was a 90s band, and I think it was in the early 2000s. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, if you could, especially if you have any T-shirts with Dimebag Darrell on them.
Dimebag Darrell. I'm gonna make a note. Like, I'll watch the video afterwards and write it all down.
Yeah. Good luck finding any, because usually true fans hold on to their band T-shirts.
Yeah, but
If
the Goodwill outlet,
it's probably a wife or a girlfriend or ex-wife through a divorce that got all those T-shirts and just straight up donated them.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Like, true fans don't get rid of their Metallica T-shirts. I am dreading the day when I list some of these T-shirts. My wife is trying to get me to get rid of my Spider-Man T-shirts.
And I never asked you to get rid of your Spider-Man T-shirts. Nor would you get rid of some non-Spider-Man T-shirts that you don't wear very often that are ugly.
You should never have gone there, Michael. Yeah, just don't go there on that one. That's especially when you're like videotaping it. You don't want to be able to have it played back later.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, so that's interesting. Yeah, like I said, I come across all these metal shirts and stuff like that all the time, and yeah. Do you do the sniff test and all that?
No, I wash all my T-shirts unless they're brand new with tags.
So if it's like brand new but it smells,
Febreze,
and no tags, you'll wash it.
If it looks brand new and it doesn't have tags, I still wash it.
And do you still sell it as new? Like,
nope.
Or no?
I will list it as used.
Used.
Because they could have cut the tag and worn it once and donated it without washing it.
Right.
I will still count that as used.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the problem with doing the whole Goodwill outlet thing, is because,
yeah,
you get all kinds of crap inside of there with it.
Yeah. I do like seeing items that are brand new with tags. Don't get me wrong. I still pick those up. I picked up a Minecraft T-shirt that was brand new with tags. I think I picked that up a couple months ago, and I just happened to come across it, and it's like, okay, well, it's doing T-shirts today. Throw it in with a lot. That's
with a regular Goodwill.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So I haven't been to a regular Goodwill in a long time. I just
got tired of that. My T-shirts right now. Like, I figured I better cover them before the cat climbs all over them.
Oh, on the table right there?
Yep.
Right on.
And that's just the ones that I have pictures of. I have a few right behind me that I still need to get pictures of.
Right.
They have all been washed.
Yeah, crafty caregivers suggesting Febreze. I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff smells worse than some of the T-shirts.
If you overuse it, or if you have overused it in the past, then the smell will bother you.
Yeah, I'm allergic to that stuff. That stuff just drives me crazy.
Yeah, unless it is
that spray, right?
It is pre-owned. That's the way to do it. HB picker.
That's with the Febreze is a spray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thought so.
Crafty Caregiver says go with unscented.
Yeah, that would make sense. I didn't know they had unscented, actually. So.
Yeah, we really didn't come up with any kind of a topic today, so
we're just winging it.
Yeah, just wing it. And I've done an episode by myself once before, and it was all sorts of awkward, and it was all kinds of weird. I was like, yeah, let's not do that again.
Right. Yeah, and if you leave me on here long enough, I'll start bagging about Donald Trump. So, or politics.
I usually try to stay away from all politics on YouTube.
I did it one time and I got lots of hits on the YouTube channel. So, but I haven't done one since then. Well, that's not true. I have another YouTube channel and I did one on there, and yeah.
When I was still
like 14 dislikes.
When I was still working at my job, I had somebody come up to me with a video camera. So, who are you voting for president this year? It's like, I am a YouTuber. I am followed all over the place. I don't care which side am going for, but I am not going to talk to anybody else about it on video.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, dude, no.
Yeah, I'll talk to I'll go for anybody who's like going to help us sell more online, and who's actually for us.
Yeah.
What would you call us? I don't know. What, scavengers,
Resellers.
Resellers, right? Yeah, yeah. Sell just about anything. It's got values, but
Yeah.
so.
Do you ever do any kind of retail arbitrage by like buying online to turn around and sell on eBay?
Actually, yeah, I actually did. I actually do. I don't have a long enough cord to show you anything right now. Otherwise, it's kind of locked over. Let's see that. Which way is it? Let me see which way it is. Is it that? Oh, it's this way. Yeah. So over on that way, there's like a big cabinet full of stuff, and so I Starbucks. Ooh, what do you got there? Doctor Who. Oh,
Doctor Who silicone gelatin cake mold.
Man, I have a friend who would kill you for that. But yeah, so
I actually had more.
Oh my gosh! I really just hate you. Where'd you get those from?
Actually, that one's a secret. I don't talk about that one. Let's put it this way: I've bought items off of there for like dirt cheap because they were on sale.
Right.
And I straight up listed it on eBay.
Yeah.
Because I had a quantity. 6 months later, one sold. 3 days later, the other 8 that I had sold, and I was like swimming in profit hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Because I knew it would sell during that time frame. It was a holiday type item. Not going to say which holiday, but it was a holiday type item, and it just I wish I had more money at the time to buy more. Even when I was buying it, it's like I wish I had more money to buy these.
Right.
Like, I wish I could buy more because I bought all that I could afford because I was taking the last of my money that I had at that day. It's like because that sale's going to end in a few hours. All right, buy as much as I could. All right, it's going to take a few months to sell. I know that, but it'll sell during this time in this month. All right. As soon as that month hit, they just flew out the door like nobody's business. Oh, I loved that one.
Yeah.
I went back later on. I was like, oh, please tell me that there's more. Nope. Because I bought what I could, and then it was like an hour later, I went back and they were out of this, but they still had this. Like, yeah, no, I ain't touching that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, but let me show you a couple arbitrage things. Give me just a second.
All right. Yeah, I do have a few websites that I buy off of to turn around and sell on eBay. It's like some websites I will share in some of the Facebook groups, but the one in particular I don't talk about anywhere.
Right. Yeah. Well, I have one that I don't talk about. Like one of my my main source, because I sell a lot of video game stuff.
Okay.
My main source, I never divulge it. In fact, I had a couple friends on Facebook, and they're like, hey, can you give me advice about or actually I think they wanted to buy something from me, and instead I kind of mentioned the source. Big mistake, because then the source started getting really popular and famous and stuff like that, and
yeah,
you know what I mean. And yeah, it was my main source. So now the prices are higher, and so all right. So and I'm going to give these sources away. So here you go. Can you see that? All right. Let's see.
Yep.
Get rid of that glare. So this is a Sesame Street Nintendo DSi XL case.
Okay.
So if you bought these in the past, like when the Nintendo DSi's were popular, they would have cost you quite a bit. I got this for 17 cents.
Nice.
Yeah, but the problem is nobody wants to buy them. And
That's always a problem.
I bought the entire stock just on a whim. It's kind of. But I figure, if I get some new DSIs or some new, those game systems in, I can flip it with the case.
Yeah.
And then I've got. I don't know if you can see this because I try to wrap new stuff up in plastic bags. So
okay, yeah,
that's
I see it.
Funko. These. Yep. Unfortunately, they don't sell for very much. They sell for like $9, $10.
Only the brand new ones sell for that, for actual retail price. And then, well, I mean, when they come
on eBay,
out,
it just depends. On eBay, they're just
the day they come out, or the special, what is it? Deadpool glow in the dark ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one goes, I think, like 100 and 150.
Right, if you can get the metal ones. And then I got one more. Here, we'll do this. And I already kind of mentioned this. This is what I got right now, which is the Starbucks gingerbread syrup.
Wow, you want to hear something really funny?
I don't know.
I listed on eBay today Tivana gingerbread tea.
Is that right?
Yep.
Where'd you get that from? Oh, you don't have to say it.
Actually, Tivana.
Tivana. Because I never heard of that before.
My sister gave my wife some Tivana gingerbread tea for Christmas, and she doesn't really care for that flavor, and she was sitting on it for a while, and it's like, hon, I just never going to drink this. Hands it to me. It's brand new, never been opened. All right. I look it up. It's definitely worth listing because I have it listed for like $25 free shipping, something or other.
Okay, so you did do free shipping.
Yeah. Okay. I don't do free shipping very often, but that seems to be the popular thing with that in particular. So I figured, why not?
Right.
Like $25, it's not going to cost $25 to ship anywhere in the U.S. I mean, worst case scenario, I put it in a medium flat rate box. That way I don't have to worry about that cost too much, and I'll still be in profit. I mean, it was an item that was free.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
like, actually, I hate selling gifts, but sometimes it's you're not going to use it, and you can't take it back, so.
Yeah, I've got my the Funkos. I've got like I've had a whole bunch of these, and actually my niece gave me these. She was collecting them. She sells on eBay too, or she was, and then she kind of burned out on it. She was actually doing a lot better than me on eBay. Yes, but she'd sell like makeup and stuff like that. She was working for like Sephora and Mac and stuff like that. So that stuff sells pretty well, if you can grab that stuff cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah.
I don't normally. Do you ever play the penny auction on eBay, like getting items from China?
Are you talking about importing from Alibaba?
No. Bidding on items for a penny that are in China to have them mailed to you.
No, I've never done that.
I've been getting a few of these lately.
What is that? It's like keychain?
Nope, necklaces.
Necklaces. Wow. So that cost you a penny, and what was the shipping on it?
Actually, these were penny free shipping, or these were penny auctions, and I think I have probably about $8 worth in all those.
Right.
I ended up getting about 18. I'm still waiting on a couple more to come in the mail, but I'm already in profit because I told a few people, hey, I've been getting these, and they were like, how much you charging for those? Like, about $5 a piece on this day for this event. And you're like, I'll take that one and that one. Here's $10. I've already got my money back.
So you're actually flipping them on eBay?
I am going to wait for a event, and after that event, then I will be listing them on eBay.
And you bought them on eBay?
I bought them on eBay. But I'm waiting for the event so I can put them for $5 a piece out for my booth, and then after that, then we'll see.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Yeah,
Yep.
when I first started selling in the very beginning, like in 2006, the very first thing I bought was a huge box. It was about 3 feet tall and about 3 feet, more like 2 feet wide, full of video games, game consoles, accessories, just packed full of it. And I'm still selling that stuff today.
Wow.
I've got I've got a garage with stuff in it, and then we have a basement, and I've got stuff in there, and then, then other storage space. So, yeah, that stuff has been selling good for a long time. And, and the older it gets, because it's retro stuff, the value keeps going up. So, like every now and then I'll pull out one of the, especially like Sega Genesis or something like that, flip it for like $15, $20, and I got it back in 2006, part of a giant lot for I think I paid like $30 or $40 for the lot.
Wow.
I've been flipping it ever since, but it's starting to run out. I'm a little bummed about that. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I have, but I don't. I don't buy a whole lot. Like this year, This year, my focus has been almost completely on the Goodwill outlets. And then last year, like I said, I have a source that I was using, but I've been trying to just, at Goodwill outlets, you're paying 99 cents a pound for hard goods, and I think it's like $1.69 for like clothing and things like that. I walk out of there, like I was there the other day, and I just did a video. Yeah, it's up on it's the newest video on my YouTube channel, about Calico Critters. And I picked up Calico Critters, a book, and 3 Xbox 360 games, and like a storage pouch. I paid $3.97 for that. And that Calico Corners thing, brand new, sells for like $80 to $90 on eBay.
Nice.
Now I haven't priced it for used because I just got it, and I just, I think it was the day before yesterday, or maybe it was yesterday I did it. I think it was probably yesterday. And I'm assuming it'll give me some decent money on that too. But you just can't, if you can find good stuff there, you just can't beat the price. And you're not having to run around to all the thrift stores and things like that. But there's a lot of competition when you do that. I've been talking about what Goodwill outlets ever since we started this conversation. But yeah, but I used to drive around. I used to spend like a whole day, kind of like what you're doing with the Goodwill and the Salvation Army. And I drive around and hit all these places and just come back with maybe 1 or 2 things. And then with gas, especially here in California, we pay like a ton more in gas prices than you guys pay. So,
I think gas prices here right now are $2 a gallon. Yeah.
So we're like about, I think we're about $4 right now or something like that.
Wow.
About $3.89, and that's pretty low for us. So, but when you're driving around and going from place to place and you're not finding any good stuff, and California is just really huge with pickers. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think I could do California.
Yeah.
1, I know the gas prices are high, and 2, I know cost of living there is high.
Oh yeah.
And I know there's a lot of pickers there. But the one thing that I still find really weird is that most of my eBay buyers are in California.
Is that right?
Yeah, I don't understand why that is. But California is also one of the most expensive states for me to ship to.
Right. Well, if you're doing free shipping, that's why. And
usually I do calculated shipping.
Is that right?
Yeah. I'm sorry, either calculated shipping, or even for like my t-shirts, I charge shipping because I know how much it'll cost to ship. So I charge shipping for it.
Huh. That's really weird because, yeah.
I mainly, especially for the electronics, those are heavy items. I am not about to try and even roughly guess how much it's going to cost to ship anywhere.
Right.
So I make sure I do calculated shipping.
Right. Are you using like FedEx for that?
Nope.
No.
Usually I do the USPS. Sometimes it's cheaper to do FedEx. Usually, especially for where I'm shipping them, it's actually cheaper to do USPS.
Priority?
No. Well, I might ship it priority, but I'll still box it up myself.
Right, yeah. Yeah, for me to ship to where you're at, it's cheaper to ship it with FedEx. You know, if you get a FedEx account and then you get the discount through eBay, it's a lot. Well, it's not really cheaper for me. It's cheaper for the customer. You know, I still have to box it and everything like that, but.
That's why I put in calculated for USPS. I don't put in the option for FedEx.
Really? Yeah.
Really?
It's better for me because it's like right down the street. You know, then the USPS is like anywhere between 3 to 7 miles away. So it's like, you know, I can walk down the FedEx and just hand it off to them. But
if I really wanted to, I could take all of my packages to the same place, which is literally 0.2 miles from my home.
Oh, nice.
But I also like to take my packages to the post office to drop them off because I feel like they get processed and shipped faster. And I have so many of my customers, when they leave feedback, they'll be like, "Oh my God, I got it so fast." It's like,
right.
Okay.
But are you mainly using, even with your media mail people, or?
Even on the rare time that I actually ship media mail, because I don't have too many books moving, because usually even the books that I do sell, it's actually cheaper to do first class.
Right. Yeah, you know, one of the reasons why people, because who is it? HB Picker said the same thing about getting sales from California. You know, if like when I sell in California, I have to charge state tax.
Yep.
So
I do
you
here
don't
as
have
well.
to. You don't have to for California though.
Nope. I have to charge for Indiana.
Right. Right. So
What
like my
state tax there.
What is it?
What is your state tax there?
Well, just for the state, it's kind of weird here. We have the state tax, which is 7.5%.
Okay.
But if you ship to like if I ship to my own city, then it becomes 9.5%.
That's weird.
Yeah, we have something called district tax here. So like each city has their own tax. So you have the state tax, which is 7.5%, and then there's a district tax. So that's anywhere between 2 to 3% more. So yeah, kind of sucks, but. So I get most of my sales from California go to either Florida, Austin, Texas is really big, and Missouri. It's kind of weird, huh? I sell more to those places than anywhere else, I think. But
I've actually had 3 items sell in my city, and one of those I actually shipped. The other 2 I hand delivered. I messaged to ask them if it was okay that I could hand deliver it, because they paid first class shipping. It's like I told them I'll count the shipping cost as my gas, so don't worry about paying me anymore. It's like I don't mind giving you just hand delivering this item to you.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
They were okay with it.
Yeah, I won't do that. Yeah, I don't know what it's like in Indiana, but like here in California, it's like I don't want to.
It depends on the item and where they
man.
are located. Because having delivered pizza for so long, I know the area, so I know where their address is.
Right.
It's like even just knowing the numbers, it's like, okay, they are over there in the city. That's actually a really nice area. Or that, yeah, I'll just straight up mail it to that guy. He can get it in the mail.
Yeah, I do that. I mail stuff like down the street. And it takes about just as much time to ship it, as if you're shipping anywhere else. But, here in California, I'm kind of on the outskirts of Los Angeles. People here are just crazy. You know what I mean? They'll steal your car. If you read
Well,
the
usually
news, it's like,
when
man,
I say I can hand deliver it to you, it's like I can either deliver it to your front door because I already have your address, or we can meet in public if you prefer. They usually say, let's meet in public. I actually had one guy, he messaged me saying, you have something in your store I would like to buy, but can I pick it up from you? Can we meet in public? And I was like, yeah, we can meet in public, but my wife is really weird about me having anybody meet me at home. So yeah, I'm all about meeting anybody in public. He's like, that's okay. I fully understand. I'm a cop. And yes, he was a police officer. He pulled up in his police cruiser to pick up the item off of me.
That might give you a little bit more confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just, that's why I don't sell on Craigslist. If I lived in Texas, somewhere like that, where people are allowed to carry guns and things like that, I might.
I really don't care for Craigslist. Yeah. I'll list stuff for free on Craigslist. I have a pile of scrap metal that I leave out there, and after it gets so big, I'll take a picture of it. I'm like, curb alert, free scrap metal, just come pick it up. There's no need to knock. Because I actually tried the scrap metal thing. I've taken 100 pounds of scrap metal, and I've got enough to cover my gas for getting all of the stuff. It wasn't worth it. I'm not going to try the scrap metal thing anymore. If other people want it, great. I'll make a post. You can come pick it up. It's like, I've got this much. You can come take it all. There's probably about 14 pounds out there right now. You can have it.
That must be because of the value in Indiana or something like that. Because we have a guy right down the street. Like, there's a guy down the street built this brand new house. I mean, really, really nice place on a big lot. And here in California, like right up the street, the house. Someone bought the lot like that I'm on right now. They bought a similar property, built 3 houses on it, and each of the houses are selling for like, I think one's selling for $700,000, one's selling for $900,000, and one's like $1.5 million, and they're all on the same lot. So, yeah, right. We were talking about that earlier, right? Before the show, we were talking about housing. But down the street, there's a guy who built a brand new house, and he does it all based on scrapping. He'll go around to all the bins, him and his wife, every morning, and in California, we have big trash recycle bins. They'll go and dumpster dive through all that, find scrap metal. And that's the way they bought that house. And yeah.
Because I have, as of right now, most of my scrap metal is from the Ronco Rotisserie 4000s. I've got the shell from 3 of them sitting out there. You know what the Ronco Rotisserie 4000 is?
Yeah, I do. But I've got the George Foreman.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I don't usually find the George Foreman one too often. I think I've had 2 of them ever.
They sell good if you sell them.
I found the drip trays, but I don't find the rotisserie for the George Foreman too often.
Yeah, we have 2 of them, but we keep them because we want to fry some chicken. Can't beat that like George Foreman chicken.
I don't find those too often, but yeah, once you actually see your first one, because I've been looking for it, and then I was like, okay, I've never seen one before. I'm really curious how this is going to work. And one of the first things that I listed off of that Ronco Rotisserie 4000 was the feet.
The
sold
rubber feet
for $35.
Rubber feet?
Yep.
Dang.
Hang on.
What is that?
This is the feet. These are actually 2 different feet. I'm waiting because these were the match that went for each one of these was broken. And so now I just need to have the feet from 2 different ones that are not broken so I can pick them off and sell.
Are you finding a lot of these units in Indiana?
Actually, I went the longest time without seeing any, and then now they're just popping up left and right. Like I said, I've found in the last 2 months, I think I've found 6.
Is that right? See,
Yeah.
I don't ever see those. But I guess I'm not really looking for them. And like I said, I'm hitting the Goodwill outlets, so I'm probably not gonna come across those anyway. But I find a lot of bread makers.
I don't do bread makers too much anymore.
No.
Because the only thing that was really selling was the bread pan, the paddle, and if you were lucky to get it, the gasket.
Right.
And the bread pan I was only listing just because I didn't want to have to throw it away, because you basically break even after shipping.
Is that
The
right?
paddle and the gasket is the only things that were really worth it.
So the paddle's
I've had people say, oh, you can completely tear it apart, sell every single bit, and I've done that. And it was a giant waste of my time, because every single bit of those parts did not move. I could not get rid of them to save my life. I did that on like 6 different bread makers, and they were not moving for anything. So pan, paddle, gasket. The rest, toss.
Just toss.
Straight up toss.
Yeah, because I see a lot of those, but like I said, just like with the VCRs, I haven't been picking them up because I've been focused on other stuff. But
once you figure out a couple little things about the VCRs, then it's like game on. Because I know the Salvation Army by me said that they're thinking they might be stopping the VCRs. And I was like, no, please don't. Please keep getting them. I love them.
Who's stopping the VCRs?
At least my local Salvation Army.
Is that right?
Yeah, they said they're seriously considering not getting them anymore. It's like, well, the ones that you had sitting there for the longest time were all broken. And I told them every single time. I even, at Goodwill the other day, I was shopping and I was like, hey, I recognize this item. I told that employee like 2 months ago, here, this item is broken. And I'm really sad about this because if it worked, I would buy it.
Right.
And she's like, oh, okay, we'll throw it away. No. It was there the other day.
Nice.
Somebody plugged it in, and they left it plugged in so that they could see that it is broken because the eject button said blocked. It's like,
interesting.
Why did you put it back out when I told you it was broken? I meant it was broken. That didn't mean that, no, it works fine. I just want you to throw it away. No, I wanted to buy it.
Yeah, but if they sell it, then do they have a no return policy?
They have a return policy. They have a 14-day return policy.
Is that right?
Yep. I've actually taken items back. I usually avoid trying to take items back, but if I'm going to pay a lot for an item and it doesn't work, yeah, I'm coming back with it.
Nice.
Like I paid like $30 for what was that I bought? It was a combo player.
Okay.
It was a DVD VCR combo player,
right.
And I actually paid $30 for it because it was going to be a good money maker. And I even told them that I really hope this works because your outlet back here does not work. And they're like, I don't know why, but it works. And it's like I plugged other items into it and nothing was coming up. It's like, oh, well, that one probably doesn't work. Okay, well, if this doesn't work, I'm bringing it back. And I said, okay. Plugged it in at home. That would have been a $350 combo player to sell on eBay.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like 2 combo players right behind me. And I priced them the other day because you're always talking about the VCR stuff. And the price that they're selling for right now is the exact same price that they were selling for when I bought it. And I bought it in like 2004.
Nice.
So I think it was around 2004. I bought like 2 of them. I have one neither of them are in the box or anything like that because, they were kind of blowing them off and stuff, the stores were. But I have one that's totally brand new inside of, well, again, behind me is like a metal, it's actually a video production cart. So where the computers and everything are on top of. So inside of one of those trays is a completely brand new one. But I'm not giving it up. Yeah, because they're pretty cool. But So, but I was wondering about the whole buying those, because you were buying like what, blenders and all kinds of crap, weren't you?
Blenders, food processors,
Yeah.
rotisseries,
So,
kitchen appliance parts.
and those are you're actually getting some good sales off of that stuff.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I actually sold a Ronco rotisserie 4000 door the other day, and I just cleaned up the one that I picked up the other day and got it all nice and clean, listed it, had to go back to find the old listing so I could just do relist similar and just take new pictures.
Right.
And it sold earlier today.
What'd you get for it?
$15 plus shipping.
Just for the door. For the door.
For the door. Hang on. Let's see here. Back to my eBay account. Yeah, I got the YouTube and Hangout going, so my computer's a little bit slow right now.
What'd you say?
I got the YouTube Hangout and the YouTube going. There we go. And back to, oh, stop jumping on me. What?
Oh.
Here we go.
Great. You had me flipping my hair big screen. Thanks a lot, Michael.
No problem. Yeah.
That's the one that's just sold?
Yep.
That's crazy.
That's the one that I picked up on Saturday.
What's it cost to ship something like that?
I calculated.
Mine.
This is if I was shipping it to myself. The customer paid actually almost as much, almost that price. Just
right.
To ship it.
So how would you ship that?
Completely bubble wrap it, and I put it in a box.
In a box. Okay.
Yep.
Is it glass?
It's glass. That's why I straight up use bubble wrap.
Right.
Bubble wrap, and then I wad up some paper all around it.
I look better with my hat on. There you go again. You got me flipping my hair.
Well,
again.
I have to go back to that.
That was twice you caught me in big screen. Oh, wow. Somebody says, hey, what's this video about? Yep, that's right. What's this video?
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Yeah,
just resellers hanging out because
RE Gaming.
there was no topic of anything.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, honestly, it's probably somebody that I kind of hit with one of my tweets for gamers. But yeah, so we're talking about selling online. So if you sell online, sell your video games online or whatever, then we're just talking about selling online and making money and flipping stuff and digging in trash cans and.
I've found some good stuff in dumpsters before. There was once before I was even a reseller, I was digging in a dumpster and I found, and I'm not kidding, a stack of like computer games that were, I popped my head in, looked straight down, and they were all stacked straight down into the dumpster like that.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh my God. And I just picked it up. I took them home and I played them.
I played them.
I played them.
Oh man, I've got so many
I wasn't
games.
a reseller, so I'm a video gameaholic. So
Right.
I played, and I played, and I played.
So do you still play?
Not so much anymore. All those games, for the most part, I actually sold most of them now.
Is that right?
Yeah, because when I didn't know where to go to get items to sell, I was literally diving in dumpsters and selling it on eBay.
Right. Yeah. I just, here in California, you know, it's like I don't know what it's like where you live, but if you dumpster dive, it's technically against the law. So,
yep.
You know,
don't get caught.
You got to do it at night and flashlights.
Actually, it depends on where you're dumpster diving, what stores. But for some of the stores that I was dumpster diving, the best time to go dumpster diving was broad daylight.
Is that right? Why is that?
One, the cops come by more frequently at night.
Okay.
And two, if you were doing it at night, you were more likely to get jumped.
Okay. Right. Yeah. By other dumpster divers, right?
Some, yes. or gang members trying to get your wallet.
Oh, gang members! You guys got gang members? Game members like in Indiana?
Yep.
I would have never have guessed. I thought you're
because where I used to work, in the back door, you could actually see the backside because it was weird how it was in through the back. You could see the backside of the building, which was still attached to the building of another business, and we got tagged there. And the next day, the company was like, "Oh, let's get rid of that. Spray paint over it." Okay, well, the next night they came back around. They tagged over that. And it was like a back and forth for a while of spray paint over it, and then they tag another spot on that wall until the gang members finally just gave up.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, we used to have a whole lot of gang members in the area that I'm at, and but yeah, they've all moved out, grew up, got jobs. It's like they don't have time to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Or they're dead, one or the other.
Yeah.
They could be dead, but we don't want to talk about dead stuff, do we? Not on
depends where here, if it is on public property or it is a public domain, unless it is a private home. Free advice for you. Look on Craigslist on the free section, because like I said before, I knew about buying from Goodwill to sell on eBay. Dumpster diving was my first go. My second go was looking on Craigslist under the free section for those curb alerts, yard sale leftovers, hoarder house, come help clean up. I'd get a whole bunch of stuff for free from that, and I'd turn around and sell it on eBay. And my favorite item that I picked up from one of those free listings was a near mint condition dual disc LP Star Wars 1977.
That'd make a really long description on eBay.
It did. It did, and that was actually one of my first buy it now items. And I can't remember if I sold it for 100 or 150. But I remember I loved that thing dearly because it was in a giant box of records, and I really didn't know much about records, but I figured I'll take a look, see if there's anything. Okay. Nothing. Junk. Garbage. Crap. Disc is warped. And I kid you not, I squealed like a little girl on Christmas morning when I saw that one. Yeah.
It was on Christmas morning?
Yeah,
I squealed like a Christmas girl?
I just squealed like a little girl on Christmas morning, and my wife came running. What is wrong? And I just gave this giddy little school girl going, ah! And she was like, oh. And then she left.
I'm getting images right now of you. I'm getting images of you dressed in a little girl uniform doing that. You just see it now. Oh man.
She understood later when it sold.
Yeah. What? How much did you get for that?
I don't think 100, 150.
100. Love it.
Because it said Star Wars and it had Darth Vader's head on it. Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah.
So I was really happy.
I bet.
HPV picker, LOL. So, all right. Well, we've been going for an hour and a half now, so I think we're going to go ahead and call it.
Right on.
So, all right. Thanks for bearing with us through our no actual topic.
Right.
So, all right. So, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. And I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to the Hangout in the chat section so people can hop on in and say hi.
Thanks for watching, and it's good talking to you, Michael. It's the first time.
All right. Good talking to you.
Have a good one.